Okay, Facebook Live with me, Coach Rob. I think I've got the time right this time. Last time I did this, got the time right, or got the time wrong. The time before I did this, which was supposed to be Monday, I forgot. Um, but here we are. Anyway, something about me really quickly before we get into this is I am terrible at organization and I'm terrible at structure. So unless somebody tells me that I have to do this, if I have to organize things myself, not so good. But if somebody organizes things for me, I'm much better. So anyway, we've got some members joining now. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to tell me where you live. And of course, by all means, feel free to ask me some questions, ideally about strength training, lifting, maybe body transformation and fat loss. Not so much macros and nutrition, but I can definitely talk about it if you have some questions. So ladies, welcome. I have nothing really that I'm going to specifically talk about today. I more or less wanted to just kind of like talk to you guys and hang out and answer some of your questions and hopefully try to help you as best as I can. So we'll do this for about 30 minutes or so, and then I'm going to get a workout in myself. So if you are watching, feel free to say hi. Feel free to tell me where you live and ask me some questions. I'm here to help you, ideally about strength training and barbell training, because that's my love, but I would be more than willing to help you with anything. Hello, Tracy from the UK. I have to say that the amount of women from the UK that are in this group and the UK support is absolutely insane, right? Hello, Naomi from Texas. How is Texas doing now? Have you guys hi, Amy from the UK. Has Texas gotten back to like normal a little bit yet? I saw some of what was going on in Texas, and man, what a crazy place that seemed like it was. Like I was in Texas a couple of times, and I can't imagine you guys having to deal with snow. Hello from Colorado. Hello, Australia. And hello, Diane. I'm glad that I've got the time right and actually did this one properly instead of fucking it up, which I usually do. So ladies, feel free if you have any questions, by all means, to ask me. I'm going to do my best to not talk fast. I'm going to do my best to talk slow and help you guys any way that I can. I'm happy to hear that Texas is back to normal. Really good to hear that. I was watching from afar and I just couldn't believe it. And I have some friends that are there and they were updating me and I could not believe what was going on. Hello from the UK. So one thing about me doing this on a schedule is trying to make it better for people, especially people like in Australia, in the UK, who are on completely different time flips. Because I know for me, I would rather do this at night because I'm a night person, but the timing doesn't work. Okay, let's see. I got a question here now, if I can read this really quickly. Okay, question from Hannah. Hi, from Indiana. Heavy weights, low reps, or lightweight, more reps if you want to be defined, not build muscle under the fat. Okay, so let's be clear about something. Anytime we're talking about fat loss, the training is always important, but what is more important is the nutrition. So let's not neglect the importance of nutrition, of calories, of burning body fat, okay? But now if you're going to talk heavy weights or lighter weights, I'm going to argue that there is a case always for both. All right. There's always a case for both. If your goal is fat loss, there's a case for both. If your goal is building muscle, there's always a case for both. You should always be doing a mixture of heavy training, medium training, and or lighter training. All right. So there's no left or right, and women are very left or right, black or whatever. There's no in between. But when it comes to lifting weights, you should always do some of your training in the 1 to 5 rep range. You should always do some of your training in the 5 to 8 rep range. You should also do some of your training in the 8 to 12 rep range. For the most part, from what I've seen coaching a lot of women over the years, before I coach them, is most women spend too much time with the lighter weights, not enough time with the heavier weights, if that makes sense. Hello from Okinawa, Japan. Very cool. To my right, you can't see it right now, is a Team Japan powerlifting jacket. I was in Japan last year as a coach and an athlete for Team Canada powerlifting, and I absolutely love Japan. However, I did not make it to Okinawa, which looks amazing and has an incredible amount of history. But when I go back, and I will be back to Japan, when I go back to Japan, I'm probably going to take a month because I was there for like 10 days. And out of those 10 days, 7 of them or 6 of them were purely for competition and coaching and competing. So I didn't have enough time, but I love Japan. Literally life-changing, incredible experience. Hello from Tennessee. Hello, Tammy. Okay, question from Amy. Any magical cures for cartilage tears? No, sadly, no. That's out of my area of knowledge and expertise, and I wish I could help you more, but it's not enough that I know to comment on. My apologies. Um, okay, question from, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. My glasses are bad and the phone is far away. Nalima? My apologies. From Georgia, what is the ideal body fat percentage for a woman? I was just 23% and now I'm up to 24. Okay, so there is no ideal body fat percentage for a woman. There is no ideal, all right? Every woman is unique and every woman is different. There is no ideal body fat percentage. Some will range higher, some will range lower. Most will be surprised at how high they test, even if you don't think that you have much body fat, because just women being women and because of estrogen and because of hormones and because of body fat storage, women will always carry a higher percentage of body fat. So what is a good number? There is no good number, okay? And again, body fat numbers only give you they give you information, they give you a perspective, they let you know where you stand. It's not a judgment, or it's not anything. But if you're, I wouldn't obsess about numbers like that. I think women get way too caught up with it. I think it's just a good guide and a good gauge to let you know kind of like where you are, if that makes any sense. Okay. Hi Rochelle. Oops, sorry, fuck. Hi Rochelle from the UK. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll here to see if I'm missing anything. Okay, question from, again, I'm sorry, ladies. Fuck, I need new glasses. Terrible. Malayla, I believe, Malayla Smith. Hi, Malayla. Which is the best for building muscle? I'm guessing you're talking about rep ranges that I was talking about earlier. So there is no best, okay? There's not a best rep range. How can I simplify this? Muscle groups will also be very dependent on fiber type and fiber composition, all right? So let's take the quads, okay? The quadriceps, the big muscles of the thigh. Quads can range from fast fiber to slow fiber, which means there's a very wide variety of fiber types that are going to be in the muscle. So if you were to only do 5 reps or less, then you're missing out on the opportunity to build other fiber types that are in the muscle. If you're only doing 15 reps plus, then you're missing the opportunity to build other fiber types. There are no best rep ranges. However, the same that I said earlier, which is most women don't train heavy enough. Most women are always 8 plus or 10 to 12 plus. They are rarely in the 8 or less, or rarely in the 5 or less. And 5 or less can build muscle very well, okay? Especially if you've never done it before. Most of the athletes that I coach, we don't do a lot of high reps, we do a bit, but the goal is always to be strong as possible, be explosive as possible, and be pound for pound strong as possible. But there is no best rep range, okay? The best rep range is always a mixture of reps, combining all 3, and then sometimes fiber type based on the muscles, okay? Let's see what else we got here. Hello from Germany, very cool. Hi Dana, I was in Germany after the World Championships in Finland. I was in Germany because it was on my list of one of the places that I wanted to visit most, ever. I love Germany, love German history. I loved Germany when I was there. So I spent, I think it was 5 days in Germany. Loved it. It was incredible. Would like to go back because I would like to see much more than just Berlin where I had gone, but I love Germany, so thank you for sharing that. Liverpool, UK. So many UK ladies here, man. It's crazy. So many women from the UK. I love it. It's amazing. Malta. Okay, question from Marie from Malta. Any hints of lifting with a leaky heart? No, that one's like way out of my pay grade, way out of my area of knowledge, like completely. My apologies. Can't help you on that one. I'm sorry. Wish I could, but way above my area of knowledge. I'm sorry, Marie. Okay, question from Mags. Hi, Mags. It's nice to hear from you. From Ireland. Do you have any programs regarding mobility? At 50 is something I want to work on and work more into my workouts. So I try to focus on doing what I'm good at and doing what I enjoy doing. And mobility is one of those things that I'm okay at and I'm not great at. Here is a name you need to know, okay? Kelly Starrett, and a book called The Supple Leopard, okay? The Supple Leopard. I have on my phone, as soon as I'm done this now, I have to go do some errands, And on my phone, I'm very big into podcasts and very big into education. On my phone is a podcast that was just done yesterday or today with Ben Pakulski and Kelly Starrett on the Muscle Intelligence podcast. So if you want anything when it comes to mobility, Kelly Starrett is your guy. Just go follow him. He'll give you everything you need to know and 1,000 times more. And his book, The Supple Leopard, is by far the best resource you can get on it, okay? So again, not really my area, but I can definitely point you in the right direction for it, okay? Okay, here's a good question from Sammy. I'm having to use lower weights due to lockdown. Going through a lockdown now, I understand. I've been increasing reps, but get bored easily. How can I mix it up? Okay, so there's a couple of things that you can do if you only have lighter weights and you want to make it more challenging or to make it more interesting. Because let's face it, anything can get boring if you're doing the same stuff all the time. Tempo work is a great option, all right? So with tempo work, let's say you only have a 10-pound dumbbell, okay? So if I was to curl a 10-pound dumbbell, it would be very easy for me, probably be very easy for a lot of you. However, if you add in tempo, all of a sudden you get a whole different type of stimulus. Now by tempo, and I've written some articles on this, is the speed of the rep, okay? And the rep speed is usually done with numbers. So I'm gonna throw out a number that you can remember very easily. 4, 1, 4, 1, okay? Let's even say 5, 1, 5, 1, just for whatever. So 5, 1, 5, 1. 5, 1 means 5 seconds down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 second pause, up for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that way, every rep is going to take you anywhere from 10 to 12 seconds. You do 8 to 10 reps like that, you're going to work your muscle way more because of the longer time under tension and also by controlling the weight more. So it's a very simple way to make lighter weights heavier and more challenging. Another thing you can do is pair up your light exercises. Hi, Kaiser. Pair up your exercises that you have with body weight exercises, all right? So maybe you do, if you have light dumbbells, let's see if Kaiser hits my camera or not. Let's say if you have light dumbbells. Yeah, I knew he was good. Come on now. This way. Hold on, ladies. This way. Come over here. You're such a good boy. Okay. You're such a sweet boy. Okay. So let's say if you have dumbbells and you can put 2 exercises of dumbbells together and 2 body weight exercises together and do what's called a countdown or a pyramid workout. So let's say I have 10-pound dumbbells again. Maybe I'm going to do curl and press for 10 reps, okay? Followed by hip thruster for 30 reps, okay? Followed by tempo RDLs for 8 reps, followed by plank for 30 seconds, okay? Then I would repeat the exact same thing, but my next set I'm going to do reps of 9 plus 2 bodyweight exercises. 8 plus 2 bodyweight exercises. Kai! I apologize. Kaiser, come on. Get. Of course, you would have to try to fit through there. Again, my apologies. Okay, so we're back. Tempo work, and then pyramids, and then supersets. Another option, like I just said, is supersets, which is you can take an exercise or 2 or 3 exercises and put them back to back with no rest. So if I have dumbbells, again, maybe just 10-pounders, I'm going to do an upper body exercise, like a curl and press, immediately going into an RDL, and then immediately going into another upper body exercise, and then immediately going into a lower body exercise. So you can mix and match them any way you want, but there's lots of ways that you can make light workouts more challenging, okay? Okay, good question from Rachel. Do you recommend yoga for powerlifting? No. Plain and simple, no. And I could talk on this for an hour, and my views are there for a reason. Let me explain in simple terms and not get too deep. If you are an average person who's just looking to get in better shape, be stronger, powerlift for a hobby, and stay healthy and active, then yoga and powerlifting can be a great mix. I'm considering doing some yoga myself just to move better and to unwind my brain and my body, because powerlifting is always about attention and being tight. However, here is why if you are a powerlifter, powerlifting and yoga is not so good. One, forced stretching or doing a lot of stretching is not a good thing for a strength athlete, okay? It's not. The guy that's helped me a lot on this is Stu McGill from BackFit Pro. Stu is like the best back guy in the world. And another thing that Stu said to me was, let's say I'm squatting, okay? My optimal squat depth in competition is that my hips go below my knees, All right, I'm going to get my depth. I don't need to go ass to calves. Doing so will only make my range of motion worse because I don't need to do it. And again, I'm not talking health, I'm talking powerlifting. In powerlifting, you only need to go as low as you need to go on squat, as low as you need to go on bench press. Anything more than that is not going to help you. So no, powerlifting and yoga do not go hand in hand, especially if you're a competitor. But for the average person, it can be okay. Okay, question from Stacy. Trying to lose weight and trim. Should you do cardio and weights the same day? I seem to get exhausted. For one, the amount of cardio that you should do should be as minimal as possible. Weight training should be your focus. Weight training will change your metabolism more, change your body more, change your everything more. Cardio will not, okay? So one, weight training should always be your number one focus. Two, you can do both of them the same day. But if you're getting exhausted, then we have to fix this problem. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to be doing fat loss, you're always going to be a little bit tired. Fat loss is not easy. Okay, if you're going to be cutting your calories, you're going to be a little bit tired. There's no right or wrong, but make strength training the priority, not cardio. Okay, said this before and I'll say it again. Lifting weights will change your body far more than cardio ever will, and it'll change your hormone profile much better than what cardio ever will. Okay, so while you may want to do some cardio, and that's okay, I don't have a lot of my athletes do a lot of cardio, okay? Malalia, definitely, most women do 10 to 12, if not more. They rarely do 5 to 8, and they rarely do 1 to 5. So spend more time in those rep ranges, okay? Here's the thing, though, okay? Really important note on this is if you do 1 to 5 reps, let's say I'm squatting and I do 5 reps, or deadlifting or rows and I do 5s. I will never feel that in my muscles the same way as if I'm doing 10 to 12, okay? But never chase a feeling. Never chase a feeling. Chase progress and results, not a feeling. I can take 10-pound dumbbells here now and curl them 100 times and my arms will get pumped. But it did fuck all for me, except for give me a temporary feedback that is like, this is doing me some good, okay? So while chasing the burn has its a point at some time in training, for the most part, don't chase how you feel, chase progress and results, okay? Hello from the Netherlands, Diana, very cool. Israel, very cool. It was really cool the other day. I packed up an order to ship to Israel, and I was like, how cool is this? Let's see what we've got here, ladies. I'm just trying to catch up now. Massachusetts, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I always enjoy saying it wrong. I always think of The Simpsons. Anyway, don't fucking ask. Hello from the UK, ladies. Scotland, very cool. Alberta, let's see what else we've got going on here. Lake District, UK. Hello, Zoe. I'm just trying to see if there's any questions. Ladies, ask me some questions. Got a few more minutes here and stuff. I would love to help you. Question from Claire. And thank you, Claire, doing very well. Creatine before or after you work out? Very simple. Before and after, okay? Very simple. Optimally 2 times a day, before you train and after you train, but you could also add it in the morning, all right? And then days that you don't train, take it in the morning and then take it again around supper time. But pre and post workout is the best time that you can take your creatine, okay? Okay, question from Becky. Can I ask for exercises to increase squat depth? Without knowing more about you and what is tight on you or what is weak, because usually if something is weak, it is tight. Without knowing more, I can't say. However, some of the best exercises that you can do are goblet squats, prying. If you search prying goblet squats, that's another great squat option. But also address ankle mobility and ankle stiffness, and then also address core weakness, because a lot of times women especially, will lack mobility in their squat because their core does not have the strength to hold it where it should be, and then they end up moving through other parts of their body that they shouldn't, okay? So anytime you're talking mobility, you also have to look at stability, because the two work hand in hand. And I've seen women that would do a half rep squat and then get to the bottom and completely fall apart, not because of lack of mobility, but because of lack of stability and strength. So it's always a combination of both, never one or the other, okay? The Newfoundland voice. Yeah, I have so ladies, I'm from, if you don't know, I'm from Newfoundland, Canada, and we are known here for our accents. And through many years of public speaking, doing seminars, coaching, everything, I don't have much of a Newfoundland accent. However, sometimes it does kick its head up a little bit. Hello, Nils Angela. It's good to see you, and thank you for all of your support with everything. I really appreciate it. Question from Carmen Gonzalez. Any recommendations for good elbow sleeves? Yes. There's a couple that you can use. The brand that I use is called SBD, so squat, bench, deadlift, SBD. They cater a lot to athletes, competitive powerlifters, strongman, weightlifting. They're a very good company, a very good brand. So you'll probably pay a little bit more for them, but I always found their stuff to be top notch. Another good brand that you can use, which is a little less expensive than SBD, is called Ray-Band. I think it's REHBAND. As well, in the next month or so, I will be expanding Women Who Lift Weights product line into, I've got wrist wraps and straps on the way, and then I'm also looking at elbow wraps and knee wraps. So I would love to help you with them if I can. Thank you, Sammy. I hope it helped you. Let's see, ladies, I'm catching up. Okay, weak wrists. Question from Crystal. I want to lift heavier, but my wrist, my grip gives out. Okay. So if something is weak or something doesn't hold up, usually you want to make that your number one priority. Okay? If you're not addressing your weaknesses, then you will never deal with them. So if your wrist is weak, then train it to get stronger, right? But you also have to make sure that it's not weak because you're holding something in the wrong position. This happens a lot with barbell work. I coach a lot of women who never lifted a barbell before, and the first thing on benching or squatting is their wrist hurts. And it's not because they have weak wrists, it's because the barbell's in the wrong position. But, very simple, if your wrists are weak, make it a point to get them stronger, okay? Focus on grip strength, focus on wrist strength. If you have access to a kettlebell, one of the best things you could ever do to improve wrist strength and grip strength is a bottoms-up kettlebell carry. Now, I've got Kaiser underneath me and a barbell and a kettlebell, but I'm going to do my best to show. So if I've got a kettlebell here, okay, with a bottoms-up carry, I'm holding the bell this way. So I'm holding it right now, and then I would basically hold it, or then I would go for a walk with it. Bottoms-up kettlebell carry works wonders for wrist, grip, hand strength, core, stabilizers, full body strength, you name it. Bottoms up kettlebell carry works wonders, okay? It's always in my training, all right? Okay, question from Victoria. Good question. I love these ones. Hi from London. I want to deadlift heavy, but as soon as I load the bar and lift, my fingers seize up around the bar. Let me see. There's no pain. They just lock around the bar. Am I gripping wrong? Okay, so Victoria, if you want to tag me later or do a search, I have a very good article on the proper way to grip a bar on a deadlift, all right? I don't know if you can see it in front of me. There's a deadlift bar right here, okay? A lot of women, when they grab the bar on deadlifts, will put the bar right here, okay? And then they'll do that. But the problem is then the bar here is going to pull on your hands and be very uncomfortable. Next thing you want to make sure is, well, before I get to the other thing, is put the bar in this part of your hand, not this part of your hand. The bar goes in the fingers, not in the palm on a deadlift, okay? Next thing, make sure you use chalk or liquid chalk. I should have liquid chalk available tomorrow because I've had so many requests for it and I'm sick of sending people to go somewhere else to get it. Liquid chalk or chalk is a game changer. Next thing is make sure that when you get to a certain amount of weight, you change from a double over grip to a mixed grip over under, okay? I've worked with many women who have very small hands that once they improved their grip strength and deadlifted properly, the grip never became an issue anymore. So same as the last woman who asked about increasing wrist strength, you also have to increase grip and hand strength for a deadlift, and it can be done no matter the size of your hands, okay? So give that a try and hopefully that will help, all right? Let's see. No problem, Rachel. Thank you for your question. Susan, how can I tone up? Here's a simple thing, how to tone up. Eat less, train more, repeat, okay? There's no, toning is losing body fat and showing muscle. The only way you're going to lose body fat is by taking in less food and less calories, simplified, and to build muscle. If you want to tone up, that's what you have to do. Knowing what to do and doing what you know is not the same thing. You have to put in the work, okay? Nilsangel, I have a powerlifting program called Powerlifting 42, which I developed for my gym as an introductory powerlifting program. I have not converted it over to an online program yet, but I will definitely look at that this weekend and see how much work is involved with that. Okay. Let's see here now. Yeah, okay. Carmen Gonzalez. Never chase a feeling, always chase progress. Okay. Women always love this. I won't talk on this too long. I already talked on it, but it's important to me. Women always chase a feeling. Okay. They love being worked. They love being worked hard and being destroyed, sometimes crushed. And they always associate that burn, that feeling, and sweating of oh, I had a great workout today. My core is killing me, and my quads are so bad I can't walk downstairs. It's all, for the most part, nonsense, okay? Anybody can give you a short-term feeling, but not everybody can give you long-term progress. There is a big difference, okay? A big difference. You should never chase a feeling. A feeling can be part of your training, but it should not be the basis or the basics of your training, if that makes sense. Hi, Glenda. Good to see you. I love seeing your updates. Maria, thank you. I'm glad that this helps you, and I'm very grateful to do it. Question from Yadira from Chicago. Question, my thoughts on creatine. Creatine is like, you can't go wrong with it in terms of the strength and performance benefits. Along with the health benefits, they're monstrous. So you can't go wrong with taking creatine. If you are not taking creatine, you are missing out in terms of your health and in terms of your strength. It is very cheap. It is very effective. It is very useful. So take creatine, okay? Can we see Kaiser? Okay, hold on. Fuck, this might not go well. The phone falls. I'm sorry. Kai. Hey, Kaiser. Come here. Okay, let me try something. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here. This way. Good boy you are. Okay, there's Kaiser. He's always with me. I love him so much. Okay, let me try to get my phone back in place again here. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see if this works. So with lower reps, question from Sioban. So with lower reps, do you go heavier? Fuck yeah, okay? If you can do, it doesn't matter your rep range. It doesn't matter if you're doing 12 reps or if you're doing 5 reps. By the end of the set, so if I'm doing 12, by the rep 10, I should start feeling worked, okay? If I'm doing 5, by rep 5, I should start feeling worked. There's no point in doing something for 5 reps if you could do it for 12. That's called a waste of your fucking time, all right? So if you're going to lift weights in the 1 to 5 rep range, you should always be challenged. If you're going to be lifting weights in the 8 to 12 rep range, you should always be challenged. If you do a set of 5 and it's really easy and you don't add more weight, then it's your fault for not getting the gains that you want. Because if you don't have a coach telling you your numbers and you choose to put on the weight and you're not challenging yourself, then it's your fault, right? So, the reps that I use, let's say I'm squatting, the weights that I use for a set of 12 versus 5 is going to be very different, okay? So yeah, you should always be trying to train within a certain limit of failure and fatigue, okay? No problem, Natasha, on tempo. Tempo works wonderful. Tempo is also great for building muscle, very effective for building muscle, and also really good for somebody who is dealing with an injury that cannot handle as much weight. So tempo has many benefits along with breaking up the boredom, Let's see here now. Okay, deadlift, question from Haley. Deadlift progression. I have gone back to 70 kilos to work mainly on form and perfect that, but PB is 100. Any general info on progression on deadlifts? So, in a nutshell, the deadlift is a very technical strength-based exercise, which means if you want to get better at it, your technique has to improve, and you want to get better at it, your strength has to improve. So I usually recommend anywhere from 2 deadlift sessions a week, a heavier one and a lighter one. And then also on top of that, so my lighter one is more technical. My heavier one, I'm trying to move weight with perfect form. But then I'm also trying to work on whatever my weaknesses are to improve my deadlift. So you have to prioritize what is weak or you will never get strong. Let's say your grip is your limiting factor, but your back is strong. Well, then you need to work on your grip along with working your back, okay? Let's say your glutes are really strong, but your back is really weak. Well, then you need to prioritize your back while you continue to train your glutes. So deadlifting there's many factors, and we're not even talking about programming, but there's many factors that can make a difference with that. And I know that doesn't really answer your question, but I'm sorry. Amino acids, which is better to take before or after training? So basically, before I train, I've gotten in the habit now of eating meats. I usually eat meats and some type of apple or some type of fruit. Um, I eat some type of meats before I train, along with an apple, and then during my workout, I drink essential amino acids, anywhere from 30 to 50 grams, depending on my workouts. Let me see here now if I can catch up on these. Okay, question from Naomi. What are my thoughts on lifting while fasted? While I think fasting has many benefits, many in terms of mental and physical health, fat loss, and more, I think fasting has a lot of benefits. I think that if you are going to lift while fasting, you should not lift very heavy. All right. Lifting can really cut into your recovery system, especially if you have no aminos floating around in your body to help you recover. So I think if you are going to lift while fasted, just don't lift heavy. Okay. Don't try to kill yourself. Save that for the days that you actually eat and feed instead of fasting. Okay. Let's see here. No problem, Becky. I hope it helped. I'm doing my best. Hello, Anne. It's good to see you. And I love all your little comments and stuff like that. They crack me up, right? Bobby, my thoughts on Slingshot. Okay, so the Slingshot is a bench press overload tool that allows you to lift more weight, but also to save your shoulders and your pecs if you have some injuries. So I think the Slingshot is a wonderful tool. I've used it many times. I will continue to use it. The only drawback I think with the Slingshot is if you're training on your own, make sure your safeties are set up, because if something goes wrong, it goes wrong bad. But the Slingshot is wonderful, you know. I would love to come to Spain, Nathaniel. I would love to come to Spain. It looks absolutely amazing. The workout pants okay, so I was like overwhelmed by all the comments on the leggings, right? I'm a guy who's got like 4 pairs of pants and like 10 t-shirts. So this whole like women's clothing thing is very new to me, okay? So I ordered these in because I didn't want to sell them until I knew the quality was good and I was happy with it. So I didn't want to sell something and then say if I sell 50 and then be like, Rob, these are shit. And be like, oh, fuck. So I didn't want that. So the ones I ordered in were just a test order. So I've got a couple of the girls that I train with to test out the quality. When I know the quality that I saw is great, now I've got to get some feedback from them using them and wearing them. So once I get some feedback, I will have them up for sale in about 4 to 6 weeks. Question from Amanda, BCAAs every day or just on workout days? Good question. I take them every day, okay? I take BCAAs or EAAs first thing in the morning as soon as I get up with a liter of water. First thing I do is essential aminos or BCAAs along with water and hydrate. Then I take them again around my workout. So I would take them every day. If you're on a budget, just take them on training days, okay? Susan, tennis elbow. I can't explain that. There's a million responses on Google for tennis elbow. Essentially, you need to get some soft tissue work, get some massage therapy done, and you need to train a certain range of motion because there's muscles that are overtrained versus undertrained. But if you search, tennis elbow rehab or tennis elbow recovery, you will find lots of information on that, and it's not really my area of expertise. Kinda, but okay. Question from Mary. I'm going to be done soon, ladies. Best exercise is to tighten up the abdominals. Okay, so again, remember, chase progress, not a feeling, okay? Doing 100 crunches a day will give you a feeling that your abs are getting stronger, but probably not that good for you. My favorite core exercises are kettlebell suitcase carry, plank, side plank, bird dog variations, Pallof hold variations, standing crunches, but for the most part, I think a lot of people can get an amazing workout from planks and side planks and those variations, along with kettlebell and suitcase carry, okay? Let's see here now. Thanks, Kimberly. Love my fellow Newfies. Love it. There's one thing about Newfies is there's Newfoundlanders everywhere. It's crazy how many Newfies there are that have gone everywhere all over the world. Okay, ladies, I'm going to finish up soon. I'm just trying to catch if I have any other good questions that I can answer. Okay, Madison N. Where do you recommend women start out? I know I am new, but no one gave me anything to start with on my post. Okay, so I see this a lot, and I would love to comment on every post that I see to help you. But when somebody joins a free Facebook group, and I'm not commenting on your post, okay? I'm just commenting on general. When somebody joins a free group and says, hey, I'm new, Please give me workouts and or nutrition plans. Thank you. Here's what you're going to get usually from that. Fuck all, okay? You can go to Google and get that in a second, all right? Don't expect people to give you stuff. And anything that you're given, most people never value it if it's free, okay? So if you want results, and I'm not pimping me, I'm not recommending me at all. You can go to anybody. I actually don't even offer training. Get a coach. Invest in somebody that's going to work with you and teach you and help you and mentor you and guide you instead of just expecting somebody to give it to you in a Facebook group, you know? If it's important to you, you will find a way. Many years ago, before the internet, before there was Google, before all these things, and I wanted to learn about strength training, what did I do? I went and bought every single magazine and every single book that I could find and read them. No one was going to give me anything, okay? So if it's important to you, find a way to find the information and or hire a coach, okay? It's time and money well spent, you know? Yeah, Mary, a lot of women are guilty about chasing the burn and chasing that feeling. It's not what you want, okay? It has a point, but that's not what matters overall. And most women get caught up in that, okay? Okay, last one-ish from Elaine. I feel like I've never worked hard enough. I've got no DOMs. I talked about this the other day. I'll talk about it again now. Being sore and getting DOMs does not equate or anything a good workout or progress, okay? Getting sore usually means a couple of things, and here's what they are. You did too fucking much, okay? You went into the gym and you did too much and you weren't ready for it, and your body's coming back at you basically saying, what the fuck did you just do to me? Don't do this again, okay? Women who go in and do like 16 sets for biceps or something when you've never done 4 sets. You did too much, okay? Next thing is you didn't pay enough attention to your recovery. So your food is not what it should be. Your supplements are not what it should be. Your rest and recovery is not what it should be. DOMs don't mean shit, okay? The best athletes, the ones that are in the best shape, that are strong, that are whatever, rarely get sore. They might feel a little work the next day, but they rarely get sore, okay? In my training, when my training is going really good, if I start, let's say I start a 12-week program or something, the first week or two, I'm always a little sore adjusting to training, but then afterwards, I should not get sore. If I get sore, I did too much, or my recovery or my nutrition is not good. So DOMs doesn't mean shit. You can take a fucking plate and drop it on your foot, and it's going to give you DOMs. It's not going to give you progress, okay? So don't chase that shit. Trace progress, okay? Yeah, Kaiser he's a big boy. He's 100 pounds or so. He loves the outdoors and he's wonderful. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you. Okay, ladies, I'm going to finish this up really soon. Victoria, can I make gains with 30 minutes a day? Yes. Now let's ask you, how many days a week are you going to be 30 minutes and what's the intensity of those 30 minutes going to be? But if 30 minutes is all you got, you can get good results in 30 minutes, especially for fat loss, okay? Let's see, question from Tina. Tina, if you want me to be your coach, send me a message and we can chat. I'm not offering training. I only offer training to people that want to work with me to get stronger and build muscle and are on the same page as me. So if you want, we can chat and maybe we'll go from there. I love reading this. So yeah, don't chase the feeling or burn, okay? Let's see. Okay, okay, ladies, I'm going to call it now. It's been about 45 minutes-ish, I think. I hope this helped you. I have another one planned for Friday. I will check the time and post it up, and I will make sure that the time is right this time because I'm terrible at organization and structure, but I will do my best. And I enjoyed helping you, and I enjoyed hearing from you. And thank you very much for being a part of this group, and thank you for supporting Women Who Lift Weights. Cheers.